Now, we have seen in the previous video that Bassanio went to Belmont, and Portia agreed to marry Bassanio. And not only that, Portia also promised that she would abide by the words of Bassanio once they get married. And then Gratiano also expressed his desire to get married. "With all my heart, Gratiano," said Bassanio. "If you can get a wife, I have no problem if you want to get married, but you need a wife for that." Gratiano then said that he loved the Lady Portia's fair waiting gentlewoman Nerissa, and that she had promised to be his wife if her lady married Bassanio. Portia asked Nerissa if this was true. So Gratiano said, "Yes, I love Nerissa." And Nerissa had said that if Portia married Bassanio, only then she would marry him. And then Portia asked Nerissa if it was true or not. Nerissa replied, "Madam, it is so, if you approve of it." So Nerissa said, "Yes, it is true, but only if you give me the permission." Portia willingly consenting, Bassanio pleasantly said, "Then our wedding feast shall be much honored by your marriage, Gratiano." So, both Portia and Bassanio readily accepted the marriage. They didn't have any problem. They rather said, the happiness of our marriage will be doubled. The happiness of these lovers was sadly crossed at this moment by the entrance of a messenger who brought a letter from Antonio containing fearful tidings. Fearful tidings means news. Okay, so when everybody was in a happy mood, all of a sudden, a messenger came with a letter from Antonio. When Bassanio read Antonio's letter, Portia feared it was to tell him of the death of some dear friend. He looked so pale, and inquiring what the news was which had so distressed him, he said. So, reading the letter, Bassanio's facial expression changed in such a way. Portia feared that maybe, he has lost some dear friend of his, a death of a dear friend in that way. And when Portia wanted to know that what the matter was, then Bassanio said, "O sweet Portia, here are a few of the unpleasantest words that ever blotted paper. Gentle lady, when I first imparted my love to you, I freely told you all the wealth I had run in my veins, but I should have told you that I had less than nothing, being in debt." So Bassanio said that, this letter contains such words which I think I should have never read. But when I told you that I was a man with no wealth, I expressed my love for you, then I didn't say something more to it. That is, not only that I don't have any wealth, but I am in debt. Okay, and debt means when you have borrowed some money and when it's still not repaid. Bassanio then told Portia what has been here related of this borrowing the money of Antonio, and of Antonio's procuring it of Shylock the Jew, and the bond by which Antonio had engaged to forfeit a pound of flesh if it was not repaid by a certain day. And then Bassanio read Antonio's letter, the words of which were. So what Bassanio did was, Bassanio narrated to Portia the entire thing that happened, that he wanted the money, he went to Antonio, Antonio didn't have the money, and they went to Shylock, and Shylock gave the money but only after signing the bond. And what the bond contained, that if Antonio is unable to repay the money within a certain date, then he would forfeit a pound of flesh. That is, he would, as a penalty, he would take a pound of flesh from any part of Antonio's body. And then Bassanio read the words of the letters. Sweet Bassanio, my ships are all lost. My bond to the Jew is forfeited. And since in paying it is impossible, I should live, I could wish to see you at my death. Notwithstanding, use your pleasure. If your love for me do not persuade it to come, let not my letter. So Antonio has said that, all my ships are lost and I cannot repay the money in any way. So that means now, Shylock will take a pound of flesh from my body, which means that I'm going to die. But before I'm going to die, I wish to see you before my death. But if you come, then your love for me should bring you here, not this letter. Because I've written this letter and because my life is in danger, do not come for that reason, but come because you love me. Oh, my dear love, said Portia, dispatch all business and be gone. You shall have gold to pay the money 20 times over before this kind friend shall lose a hair by my Bassanio's fault. And as you are so dearly bought, I will dearly love you. So Portia said that don't you worry about the money, okay? Leave everything and just go and try to save your friend. And I have so much wealth that you can pay the 3,000 ducats 20 times, okay? So don't worry about that money, but no harm should come to Antonio because of Bassanio's fault, because it was your fault, okay? It was for you that Antonio put his life at risk. So please go and see to it that no harm comes to Antonio, and and I will still love you. Portia then said to be married to Bassanio before he set out, to give him a legal right to her money. And that same day they were married, and Gratiano was also married to Nerissa, and Bassanio and Gratiano, the instant they were married, set out in great haste for Venice, where Bassanio found Antonio in prison. So, but Portia said that before you leave, okay, we should get married, because only then you get a legal right to all my money. So both Bassanio and Portia and Nerissa and Gratiano got married, and they immediately left for Venice. And once they reached Venice, they saw that Antonio was there in prison. We stop here today. We'll do the rest of it in the next class. Thank you.